Hello, and welcome to the Batch Commander Quick Start tutorial for Studio One 3. We will be taking you through how to locate, use, and program some of our most popular batch commands included by default in your Batch Commander software. Studio One 3 has been the first DAW to natively introduce multi-touch support designed to be used with the Raven consoles. If you're a Raven user, you'll have access to multi-touch faders and resizable mixer heights, multi-touch panning, vertical and horizontal pinch to zoom on waveforms, gesture scroll navigation on the edit and mix windows, and even multi-touch Studio One plugin control. For more information on Studio One 3, visit studio1.presonus.com. Even if you're not a Raven user, our Batch Commander application is packed with tons of really powerful batch commands. Let's begin. Important: Studio One 3 is supported for both Raven and Batch Commander within the Batch Commander application. Within the application, you can choose Studio One for Raven or for Batch Commander. If you wish to use Raven with multiple DAWs, you'll need to register and download the Raven application as well. We'll cover details on authorizing an additional DAW later in this video. Studio One 3 has been created by Presonus to be used in conjunction with the Raven consoles. If you require assistance with the Studio One 3 application, please reference the Studio One 3 user manuals located at the link listed here. You can also utilize the support forums to access the Studio One 3 user community at the link listed here. If you still require assistance, we recommend submitting an online technical support request at the link listed here. If you need assistance with the Raven hardware or Batch Commander application, please contact slatesupport.com. Double-click the downloaded package installer, run through the prompts for installing your Batch Commander software, and finish the install. You will then be prompted to install the multi-touch or UPDD driver. Run through the installer and restart your computer when prompted. From your desktop, navigate to the Apple drop-down menu and click System Preferences. Select the Sharing folder and confirm that your computer has been named. If it has not, make sure to name your computer. Then, click Show All. If you are using OS X 10.9 or higher, click Security and Privacy. On the Privacy tab, select the Accessibility option on the sidebar and drag the following applications to the provided area from your Applications folder: Automator, Studio One, Batch Commander, and Terminal. Note: Terminal is located in the Utilities folder within the Applications folder. If using OS X 10.8.5, click Show All and select Accessibility from the main System Preferences window. Then, confirm that the Enable Assistive Devices option is checked. Now, launch the Studio One 3 application. First, if using the Raven MTX or MTI1, you'll need to open Multi-Touch Platform and turn Enable Simulated Mouse Clicks to the off setting and close it. If you're using the Raven MTI2, you do not need to perform this setup. Next, you'll need to enable Studio One to communicate with our multi-touch drivers. Go to the Studio One drop-down menu and click Preferences. Then, navigate to the Touch Input tab and check the box next to Enable TUIO option here. Last, you'll need to add your Raven key commands to Studio One using the key commands you previously downloaded from your Slate account area. If you did not download these, reference the Downloading Your Batch Commander software section earlier in the video. Still in the Studio One 3 Preferences, navigate to Keyboard Shortcuts and select the Input option here. Locate your Raven keys file and add them to your Studio One 3 Preferences. You can access your plugins by double tapping a track on the mixer and then hitting the plus symbol to load a plugin onto a track. In this example, I'll load the Presonus EQ. The Presonus plugins give you access to multi-touch control over your plugin controls. When using other third-party plugins, the plugins are single touch. To close the plugin, we have included a Hide Floating Windows button that will toggle to show and hide your last loaded plugin like this. We've included the flip buttons on the bottom right of the Batch Commander toolbars, which allows users to switch between the three main toolbars on each layout. To use, I'll hit the flip up arrow button, and my toolbar changes. I can use these arrows to move through my toolbars quickly and easily across layouts. The Batch Commander software is completely customizable. Simply hit the Customize Toolbar button on the right of the Batch Commander toolbar, and you will be able to freely relocate your controls to a custom design, and even save each customization as different layouts by hitting the Save Layout button and selecting a layout number you wish to save to. The layout is now saved to that number and be quickly recalled at your discretion. You can have up to 8 unique layouts per Batch Commander session and unlimited Batch Commander sessions, allowing you unlimited layout capability. When saving your Studio One session, we have included a touch button on the Batch Commander toolbar that will save your Studio One session information. We have also included a Save BC Session button. This button saves a .bclay file anywhere you choose on your computer. A BC session contains information about what your layouts look like, which windows are displayed, where your floating tools are located, batch command location and contents, and even session icons saved. When making changes to layouts, it is important to save your layout changes separate from the full BC session. After changes have been made to a toolbar on a layout, hit Save Layout, and then overwrite the current one by touching the highlighted layout. You'll see the Save Layout light turn off as a confirmation of its saving. Once your layout is saved, you can save your BC session. These multicolored and/or gray buttons are batch commands. The batch command system is a series of single buttons that can execute up to 1,000 key commands, menu selections, and mouse clicks. The Batch Commander software comes equipped with over 80 preset batch commands. However, it is also very easy for you to create your own and even share them with others. Using the batch commands, it's easy to create, name, and bus new tracks. We can even have the batch commands open the color palette to click or touch any color you want for the tracks. First on Layout 1, let's hit the Create New Mono Audio Track batch command 4 times. Now let's name the tracks. Double-click the top track and hit the Name Paste Clipboard ×4 batch command. You will be prompted with a dialog window to enter the name you wish to give the tracks. Once you have entered in the track name, hit OK, and the tracks will automatically paste to your desired tracks with sequential numbers. Now, we'll use our layout buttons to switch the Layout 6 design specifically for busing and creating sends. Let's take our newly created vocal tracks and bus their outputs to a new track by hitting the New Bus Output Select batch command. Now, I'll hit the batch command with my new vocal track selected and it's done. I can confirm the new bus by checking the output name above the fader in the Inspector tab here. It's also easy to color code tracks quickly with the batch commands. Back on Layout 1, we'll confirm our macro bar and Inspector tabs are showing. Using a batch command, we can quickly set up our windows correctly by using the Align Window for Clicks batch command. This confirms your mouse clicks will have access to their necessary menus. Now that the macro bar and Inspector are showing, I can quickly change the color of my selected tracks to any color I want. I'll just confirm my 4 new lead vocal tracks are selected, and now I'll hit the Click Color Inspector batch command. This will automatically send a click to the color coding window where I touch a selection from the palette like this. We have also included batch commands that can create, name, bus, and color code new tracks all within one batch command. On Layout 1, this one button will create 4 new audio tracks, name them Vocals 1 through 4, and send their outputs to a new bus and open the color palette to choose a color. Let's hit the Create 4 Vocal Tracks Bus to User Color Preset batch command and watch it work. You can customize your own batch commands to create, name, bus, and color code to your preference. We will cover customizing batch commands later in this training. On Layout 5, Using the batch commands, I can hit one button to add a plugin to a selected track. As an example, let's select this track here and add a phaser to this track. I'll hit Add Phaser on the Instant Studio One Plugins batch command panel, and it will automatically open the plugin search menu, search for phaser, and add it to the track for me. To continue building the plugin chain, I can hit Add Rotor to add the plugin to the next available insert like this. Back on the video panel of Layout 1, we have included a preset batch command to add a slate plugin chain. I can hit Add Slate Chain, and it will automatically add the chain of plugins to the selected track. And of course, just like adding them, I can instantly clear the plugins on any track with the Clear Inserts batch command. And just like that, they're gone. If you're using outboard gear, your favorite pieces of gear can be patched into Studio One with a single button. On Layout 1, I can automatically add Pipeline to a selected track and even have it choose the outboard gear preset I want. Let's hit the Pipeline Dragon EQ 1176 batch command, and watch as it adds 3 different outboard analog devices to this track. And it's done. We'll cover how to customize your own pipeline preset batch commands later in this tutorial. On Layout 3, we've designed batch commands specifically for editing. I have a drum loop here that has been played a bit out of time and I want to put it on the grid. Using this batch command, I'll select the drum loop that has been played out of time and hit Snap to Grid Fade Consolidate. First, it detects and splits the transients, then quantizes and crossfades them. Last, it bounces them in place into one consolidated event. On the floating toolbar of Layout 5, I can instantly create multiple tracks with custom names and plugin presets. Then, I can even set the I/O routing automatically. Let's set up 4 new lead vocal tracks with a compressor, EQ, and reverb. Then, bus them to a new output bus. We'll hit the 4 mono lead vocal bust batch command, and now I'm ready to record. Along with the Batch Commander application, you also have access to the Slate Remote iOS application. The Slate Remote will automatically transfer your batch commands to touch buttons on your iPhone or iPad. Visit the App Store to download your free Slate Remote. On the Quick Recording panel of Layout 2, we have designed batch commands specifically for tracking using Slate Remote. Let's use the New Layer and Record batch command to save the last take, create a new layer, and start recording again. Now, let's use the Undo and Record batch command to undo the previous pass and start recording again right away. It's even easy to quickly double a take by hitting the New Track and Record batch command. This will add a new record-enabled audio track and start recording right away on the new track. Using the Naming Open Track batch command panel, it's easy to instantly name a series of tracks or customize them to any track names I want. As an example, let's program a batch command that will name one track vocal and the next track guitar. Right-click or option-click an empty batch command and hit the Key Command button to add a new action to the command line. Now, let's type the word vocal. Hit Key Command once more and press Tab. So far, we have instructed the batch command to name the first track vocal. Now, let's duplicate this sequence by selecting the entire sequence and hitting Duplicate. Now, we'll delete the duplicated vocal text and change it to guitar. Now let's change the second track name in the sequence from vocal to guitar. Select it and hit Delete on the keyboard. Now just type the word guitar. Next, we'll select the last tab command and replace it with return, like this. Last, we'll name the batch command, name vocal guitar, choose a color, and hit confirm. To run the batch command, double-click the first track name of the 2 tracks you want to name. This will display the text dialog window with the existing track name. Now, let's press our new batch command. Let's create a batch command to automatically add the Slate Digital Virtual Bus Compressors to a selected track. First, right-click or option-click an empty batch command and hit Key Command. Enter Shift-Control-Option-Command-I into the command line. This will open the plugin selection window. Hit Key Command again and enter the name of the desired plugin. In this case, we'll search for VBC. the initials for virtual bus compressors. Plugin names that contain more than 2 words will require cursors to get the exact plugin. To locate the VBC plugin, I will need to cursor down from the first plugin that appears when typing VBC into the list. To do this, I'll hit Key Command and press Cursor Down on the keyboard. Repeat the Cursor Down command 3 times by adding a 3 on the times column on the command line like this. Now, to add the plugin, hit the Key Command button again and press Return on the keyboard. Now, I'll name the batch command, add a VBC rack, choose a color, and hit Confirm. Now let's put it into action. I'll select the track I want to add the VBC to and hit the new batch command. Earlier in the training, we showed you how to use our preset pipeline batch commands. However, it is also easy to customize your own pipelines for your own specific outboard gear. First, right-click or option-click an empty batch command and hit the Quick List button to find your preset batch commands. Within the Quick List, use the search bar above to search for Add Pipeline with Custom Preset. Select it from the list and hit Select on the bottom of the Quick List to add it to the command line. Next, hit the Key Command button and type the name of your pipeline preset. In this example, I'll type the word Dragon to search for my Slate Pro Audio Dragon preset that I already configured within Studio One. I'll finish by hitting Key Command and pressing Return on the keyboard. I'll name the batch command Add Pipeline Dragon, choose a color, and hit Confirm. Now, I'll select the track I want to add the pipeline to and hit our custom batch command. We've shown you a lot of great preset batch commands across your layouts and have also shown you how to customize your own batch commands using key commands and quick list items. Another really powerful feature to the batch command system is the ability to record your own custom mouse clicks. Right-click or option-click a batch command to open the batch command system programming menu. Now, we'll hit the record button and the batch command system will record your mouse clicks and key commands in the sequence you perform them. Once completed, hit the record button again and name your new batch command. This will save to your User Recordings tab for later use as well. Now, I'll add my new recording into my command line, give the new batch command a name and color, and then I'll hit Confirm. Now watch my new custom recorded batch command perform a custom key command and mouse click sequence. Not only can you save custom batch command scripts, but you can also save entire batch command panels and easily relocate them across your layouts. Right-click or option-click the batch command panel's label until a dialog window appears. Here, you can name and color code your batch command panel. You can also save panels to your quick list by hitting Save. Hitting Save will locate your saved batch command panels to the quick list here. You can see the name and size of the saved batch command panels here. To add a saved batch command panel to an empty batch command panel, right-click or option-click the label area of the batch command panel until the dialog window appears and hit Quick List. Search and select the batch command panel you wish to load and confirm the size of the panel matches the Quick List item selected by reviewing the Size column. Once confirmed, hit Select. Now, just name your batch command panel and give it a color, then hit Confirm. Importing a batch command is simple. In the Batch Command System menu, hit Quick List and select the User tab from the top. Now hit the Load button and locate the .ravbc file on your computer. Select the file and Batch Commander will import the file into your User tab. Exporting is similar. From your User tab, select one of your saved batch commands and hit Export. This will save the file to your desired location and can now be shared with other Raven and Batch Commander users. For a comprehensive coverage of the Raven and Batch Commander preset layouts, please review the user manual and videos located in Batch Commander settings here. In Batch Commander settings, hit the Switch Default Layout button to select between various types of preset default layouts we have created for you that specialize in specific workflows. Blank is as it sounds, an empty layout for you to customize and save from scratch. Raven is the layout that will load when the software is first opened and when restored to factory default. Here we have created layouts that provide an organized approach to the batch command system for using with Raven to get up and running quickly. Batch Commander is the layout that we customize for non-Raven users. Here we have created layouts that provide an organized approach to the batch command system for using with your Studio One sessions to get up and running quickly. The Batch Commander software allows the users to easily use multiple DAWs separately with their Batch Commander application. You will need to purchase additional DAW licenses to access the additional DAWs. Otherwise, they will appear as grayed out options on the startup window. If you're a Raven user, DAW support outside of Studio One requires the Raven application to be downloaded from your Slate account. You will not see this application unless an additional DAW passcode has been purchased and redeemed. To purchase an additional DAW support, visit slatemt.com and click Raven Software from the Downloads drop-down menu. There is a Buy Now button at the bottom of the page that allows you to purchase an additional DAW passcode that you can then register and receive an iLock authorization code for your desired additional DAW. Once purchased, you can switch between DAWs, switching between the Raven and Batch Commander applications. As an example, I'll close Batch Commander in Studio One, and now I'll launch Pro Tools and the Raven application, selecting Pro Tools from the drop-down options here and hit OK. The Studio One 3 software requires the following minimum computer requirements to function properly. Studio One 3 will not work on an operating system earlier than 10.8.5 Mountain Lion. Mac Pro. On the MTX and MTI, we recommend computers produced after 2010 with a minimum of 2.3 GHz processing power. A graphics card with a minimum of 512 MB of VRAM, such as the Intel HD 4000, and at least 4 GB of RAM. However, 8 GB of RAM is recommended. MacBook Pro and Mac Mini. On the MTX and MTI, we recommend a computer produced after 2010 with an i3 or better processor, operating at a minimum of 2.3 GHz processing power. A graphics card with a minimum of 512 MB of VRAM, such as the NVIDIA GeForce GT 330M, and at least 4 GB of RAM. However, 8 GB of RAM is recommended. As mentioned earlier in this video, Studio One 3 has been created by Presonus to be used in conjunction with the Raven consoles. If you require assistance with the Studio One 3 application, please reference the Studio One 3 user manuals located at the link listed here. You can also utilize the support forums to access the Studio One 3 user community at the link listed here. If you still require assistance, we recommend submitting an online technical support request at the link listed here. Last, if you ever have any questions when using the application, never hesitate to contact our customer support department by visiting slatesupport.com and opening a ticket.